Hey, I hope you can hear me. Um, so I'm creating a post today about how ISEC helps you grow and the potential you have in yourself. So let us get started. It's very simple stuff. So because it's an Instagram post, we're going to make the frame a square frame, which is standard 1080 pixels by 1080 pixels. Um, so what we're going to do is make a graph. So you hit L and you can create a line and make sure the angle is right. You hit L once again, you create another line, make sure the angle is right, make it 0. Once you do this, obviously you can arrow the end of the lines and just increase the um, width of the line a little bit so that it's clearly visible. The arrow came the wrong way in this one, so we're just going to flip it. Looks good. So once we do this, we're going to draw a line which represents the potential you have in yourself. So say your what you're doing is this, and your potential is somewhere here. So what we're going to do is use the pen tool. You can create vectors with this tool, and you can just draw a line from here to here and pull this out. So obviously this looks a little weird, so we're just going to curve this, let's say about 700 or 800. So I'll just put 750 for now. And this curves the line beautifully. So this is how you make a nice little curve on the graph. So once you do that, we're going to mark the endpoints of the line. We're going to mark the endpoints of the line, and we're just pulling this off on this side as well. So once you do that, this looks nice and clean. This looks nice and clean. Yep. So what you're representing here is where you are and where you can be. And this line is potential. So obviously we want the people reading this to understand what this means. That is why we put in so much effort to make the post very legible. I'm just going to make this a little bigger. Okay, so this is the essence of the post. Now we can add two little circles, say 20 by 20, right over here on the endpoint of this line, and another one right over here on the endpoint of the other line. So this is the basic essence of the post, but then this is not ready to go out yet because it looks very raw. So what we're going to do is add a texture in the back. So let's say I just downloaded a texture for paper, a folded paper, because I thought it might be nice. I'm just going to put this all the way in the bottom so that you can see the post, and say around here. This looks nice. But the paper is very dark. It makes the post a little less I don't know how to explain this. It just makes it a little dull. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply the paper texture to the post and reduce its opacity to 60% so that it looks nice. And a little more, we're going to make these the ISEC blue so that it goes with our brand. And why not these? Oh, let's add shadows to these. These will look good with shadows. Effects, drop shadow, sun F3. Just a little bit of shadow here, here, a little bit of blur. Also, I'm going to make these blue because they represent those dots. Let's make these a little darker. Now this looks good, but then there is still something missing. So why don't we change the font to something a little nicer? Let's make this all a little bigger, and we can add a line here which represents potential. Alright, so this looks nice. One more thing we can do to add more branding into this nice little post is we can make all these lines the ISEC color. I'm not sure if you all know this, but there is a whole color palette other than the standard blue. So we're going to use this 52565E for our post. So we can just make all of this 52565E, which will make it a little gray, and this looks nice. So let's just add the small little tagline, growth. Obviously this can't be in Boiron, so we're going to make this later regular. Just centerline this, and with ISEC, which is a campaign, let's make it black because that's how it should be. And that's how you create a social media post.